is Monday morning. So Really Rad weekend is officially over. It's no longer the weekend. I'm killing a little bit of time right now. But I got to thinking, good conversation I had with a couple collectors that I met. People I already knew, but old familiar faces talking about like, so how's your collection going? What have you been thinning out? What have you been wanting to get your hands on? These are guys that have always been in the trading community, so they're collectors, and sell off stuff, acquire stuff, have fun with it, enjoy it while you have it, sell it if it triples in price and it's not worth it to you to own anymore. Something that you wanted for $50, you can sell for $200 right now. Shit, I don't need it that bad. I think that's a common thing with video game collecting. It's a big part of the hobby. It's part of the reason why people get into it. You could use that same logic to like Funko Pops even. Like, what's so appealing about Funko Pops? I don't just mean that as like a shitting on Funko Pops question. It's because I think I know the answer. I think a lot of people are like, oh cool, it's a TV series I really like, and they can collect a set, of something I'm really into. But there's also a market here. They can be like, honey, this isn't just something dumb that I'm gonna put $100 into, and we don't need it. And then what do we do when we're done with it? Throw it away or something? What if we get tired of looking at it? Well, honey, we could sell it. There's just it's a collectible. There's a collector's market here. So definitely helps. I guess it's just a common sense thing. Like, if you're gonna buy something you don't need, I can't really think of a good analogy of something you just don't need. It's a collectible purely for aesthetic or for entertainment value. You can play it in a video game. Don't need it at all. I think you can justify the purchase a lot better if the amount you're paying for it, you can easily find somebody else who's like, thank you, man, $50 for that copy of Streets of Rage 3. Awesome, I've been looking for that. You're like, cool, I get to have it, enjoy it. I sold it for exactly what I paid for it, kind of thing. So I shouldn't roam. It's gonna be windy and it's warm over here. So anyways, I'll try to make this short and sweet. It was like, as people get more experience with collecting, like what makes a really rad collection? Because a lot of people not a lot of people, some people get into collecting video games and maybe they want to model themselves after collectors that they see online or in certain communities they're just doing it a certain way. Like, finish the Nintendo set, almost done with the DS North American set. It's like, okay, I guess that's how we collect video games now. Kind of new to this hobby. What's a system I always like? Game Boy Advance. Okay, I'm gonna start collecting everything, and obviously that's not fun. Or anybody that's ever tried to do a library that's got a lot of crap in it, a lot of shovelware. It's not the rad way to collect. If you think about it, it's kind of lazy too. You really don't have to learn anything about this hobby. This hobby exists, this market exists because way back in the day there really were hardcore nerds that really wanted a copy of Keo's Flying Squadron on Sega CD because they love shooters. That one's just damn hard to find. So supply and demand starts to stand out in value. And that's what kind of like kick-started the market. Panzer Dragoon Saga, that's a good example. That's a nerd game. But they didn't make enough of it. There's demand that outweighs that supply. So in my opinion, like, that formula still holds true on what a rad collection would be. It's like sticking to the origins, the roots of the market, of the hobby, of of what's considered rad as a collectible game. What's a hot piece to bring out to a bunch of collectors? And it's, I guess I need a couple. 32X Spider-Man Web of Fire. Whoa, you know, that's kind of a full set library right there. So I guess that's another. I'm gonna tangent around a little bit. I'm trying not to, but 32X is, that's kind of a rad full set library right there, right? Neo Geo Pocket Color. There's only 32 games in North America. Like 25 of them are actually solid titles that are fun. So there you go. That's a cool full set library. Game Boy Advance. You're weird, you know, or you're on a fool's mission. I want them all CIB. All right, have fun. So I think, so my opinion, the guy with the radder collection isn't the guy that just is checking stuff off the list and has built a lot of volume, and there's going to be quality in that volume. He spent a lot too, and he's just got a lot of volume, but he owns a lot of cool pieces, but there's no reason for owning it. This collector isn't very rad, you know. He's just kind of more mechanical. He's just like burdened himself with this mission, with the justification that, well, it holds its value and gives me something to do. It's like an OCD behavior. So what is really rad? Get to the point. It's that dude that like had to put some time into learning like what are all the good shooters, what are all the good games that aged well, games that are still very playable today. You know, that guy that's got a Genesis collection of 16 titles that he actually likes and plays, and of those 16, of course, he's got Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3. You gotta have those, you know. You got a complete in box Joe and Mac because he likes that game. Just good titles in really nice shape, complete in box, and that to me would be a rad collection. The guy whose collection actually has like a personality to it. It's like, guys, you're void of RPGs, man. What's wrong with your collection? I don't play RPGs. I don't have time for that. All right, well, that's kind of rad, you know. But I got good shit. I got Magical Chase. Nah, you don't need that to be rad. But that's my take. My dumb take. It's like the minimalist, the person that's low volume, high quality, good games, not sealed. What are you doing with a sealed game? Just sell it. Sell that sealed game and buy 3 used games in nice shape that are fun to play, and that's a rad collection. I think a lot of people agree with that. That's like, I'm trying to speak for the normies, or like the masses, the majority of collectors, you know, where some people will be like, I'm a collector too, and they've got the sealed stuff, you know, like my Mega Man collection, and all the sealed Mega Man games, you know. It's kind of a more niche, very expensive. That's not everybody, but I think the majority of people are starting to kind of lean in the direction that I described. Anyways, that's my little video.